Good evening, everybody. Um, I thought, for tonight, when I kind of put this last segment of our Aguirre posse ride together here from our ride up to the Hill Air Force Base, that I'd kind of tell you guys a little bit of a story. There's not a lot to see here. We're just going to kind of roll along the road here for a while, just kind of hanging together. My dad on the Harley, and then my brother who is riding the red bike that you see right now, and then I'm on the other bike. So he's got the GoPro on his helmet right now. But my dad started this thing several years ago, probably at least 7, maybe 8 years ago, when he started wanting to build a bike for himself, and started with this red bike that you see there. It used to be yellow, had a different tank, actually had the motor that's in my bike right now, and he always had problems with it. He just could not keep things running. He had just problem after problem after problem, had other guys that he paid to build the bike, and was pretty disappointed with the kind of product that he got back. And so long story made short, that bike's gone through several different iterations until it is what it is today. And the motor in my bike was originally in that one. It's a Delcron 4-cam motor. It's got Jim's flywheels, a Delcron case patterned after the XL motors. It's got Patrick Racing cylinders, custom pistons that are coated, zipper heads, Jim's rods, red shift cams, a bunch of other stuff, Jim's rocker arms, custom push rods, just lots of really cool parts in the motor. And we finally, on this ride, was the first long ride we went on since I've had that motor put back together. But there's a bit of nostalgia there because it was the first motor that my dad ever had, and he constantly had trouble with it, and it's finally working really good right now. The bike that my brother's riding there, the red one, he had a different motor put in that one, and my dad actually had an accident on that bike. He went around a corner. He lives in Tennessee, and went around one of those sharp corners that they have there that are kind of blind, and it's got a left side drive with a big primary that sticks out the side, and he thinks that he might have tagged the primary and it lifted the rear wheel off the ground or something. He slid sideways, and that bike actually went off a cliff. Luckily, he got up without a scratch. It was pretty much a miracle, I think. But the bike had to be torn completely down and rebuilt. There was no frame damage, but there was a fair bit of other damage that had to all be redone. And so once he got it back together, it's been fine. My brother that's riding that bike right now, he has always wanted a bike, but circumstances in his life just not worked out where he could do it. So my dad now, over the years, has built a few bikes, and that bike there is part of my brother's inheritance. My dad handed it down to him, and so he is ever grateful for that thing and just loves it. And so my brother and I get to go out, go on a ride every now and then together, and we just get out on the road and just chill and motor along. And now he's got a bike that we can do that when we want to. Sometimes we don't go very far. We just go for maybe 30 minutes after work, or 45 minutes, and it's just enough to kind of clear your head and realize that there's more to life than work, you know. I won't tell you a lot about my bike. I'm going to do that on another day, but there's a ton of sentimental things on that bike that kind of tie my dad and my brother and I together. It's kind of our little family thing that we like to do. We just really, really love it. We're now just kind of cruising south on I-15. You can see the snowpack still in the mountains. There's kind of a little bit of a breeze, and it's about 65 degrees. We've got our family patches on our jackets there. You can't really see them in the picture, but my dad, another really cool thing about him is he spent a lot of time thinking about what things are important to our family, and he's kind of the old man, so he gets to pick the criteria for what it is that we kind of believe in. And so he pretty much put that patch together with his own design and found his own seamstress to sew everything in, and they're numbered based on the lineage of the family. My dad's patch is number 1, mine is number 2, my brother's is number 3, and my oldest boy is number 4, and it goes on down the list. And so in order to get the patch, you kind of have to demonstrate that you kind of follow the family creed, so to speak, and you don't just step in and get a patch. It's something you kind of have to earn. So the black jacket I'm wearing there has the patch on the back of our family. I think it's kind of cool, you know, as you know, and like Ireland and Scotland and places like that, they have their family weave in their kilts and so forth. And although I wouldn't be caught dead in a kilt, I still think it's a cool thing for families to have, whatever it is. You know, there's a lot of different values and beliefs that people have, and they're different, and that's what makes us all unique. And so I just think that that was a cool thing that my dad did for us as a family. We've got 50 patches, and he's kind of thinking that when he's dead and gone, that I'm the next one in charge, and I've got to make sure that those people that wear the patch still stay true to the family values, and that when it gets passed on down, they'll do the same thing. So kind of cool to have that as part of our family. The other thing, now we've just kind of merged over onto that new Legacy Highway, and the speed limit's about 55 right there, and we kept cruising on up to 70, not realizing, and for those of you that know, there's cops all over that road. So we had to have my dad kind of slow us down. Neither my brother nor my bike has a speedometer. We just kind of go with the flow of traffic wherever we're at. But you know, I just got to tell you guys, I don't know what kind of relationships you have with your family, you know, your moms, your dads, whatever, but my dad calls me, if not every day, it's every other day, and sometimes it's a pretty quick conversation, just how you doing, love you, hope everything's going good in your day today. If not, it'll be better tomorrow. And that's the way my dad is, and he's a great man in my mind. And we look forward to these times when we can hook up together and just ride and kind of clear your mind a little bit. And sometimes we'll listen to music, and sometimes we'll just contemplate and maybe meditate a little bit. And you know, there's nobody out on the roads to worry about on this ride, and that's just kind of what we do. And you know, it's a different type of riding than when I'm on a motocross track or when I'm dual sport riding and I'm going over obstacles. That takes a lot of concentration, and this kind of does too, but it's just very different. It's a real chill factor kind of thing. So I don't mean to bore you guys to tears with kind of my family stuff, but I thought it'd be better to tell a little bit of his history and a little bit of information here while watching the video to make it a little bit interesting. But you know, on the other hand, this bike that I built took me 5 years plus to build it. I like to see it finally ending up on the road. So we'll give a little more accounting about how special that bike is to me and what it means in terms of my family. I've got a lot of stories to tell at some point in the future, but thanks for hanging in there with me, folks. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up on the channel. It's going to be another few weeks here before we get started on our next projects, but we need a little recovery time here, and we've got some way cool stuff planned. So kind of stay tuned, enjoy the ride, be safe, love your families, folks. Duff Actor out.